What if Mace Windu trusted Anakin? Let's begin today's story at the Jedi Temple. Ever since Anakin was a boy, Windu never trusted him. He believed that Anakin's powers came too easily, and because of that, he neglected other points of interest in his training that made him a Jedi. Mace was jealous of the attention Anakin received for being the chosen one, and this agitated him when he wholeheartedly believed that the boy was not the chosen one. But how would things change if Mace Windu actually trusted Anakin? For this to happen, somewhere throughout Anakin's life, something would have changed and he would have started to trust him. I believe that there is no event that would have brought about this change like the Clone Wars. Let's fast forward to the second year of the war. Anakin is sent to Malastare with Mace Windu as they defend against the invading separatists. This fight was long and brutal, but eventually would result in a Republic victory. What they hadn't expected was the ground would give way and be destroyed, revealing the gigantic and believed extinct Zillo Beast. What ensued was a daring mission of defeating the Beast, where Windu would have to call on Anakin's strengths and abilities as a Jedi, which deep down he knew he had. Together, they ignited their lightsabers and coordinated their attacks, leading the clone battalion as they fought against the ferocious Beast. Anakin was cunning and had a strong wit about him. He commanded with elegance and sheer determination. Very quickly, as the native dogs began to panic, the clone troopers had positioned their tanks in view of the Zillo Beasts per Anakin's order, readying their attack. Windu stood back in amazement. This was their first proper mission together, and he was amazed by the boy's strength. In the back of his mind, he heard his old friend Qui-Gon's voice in the council chambers, ensuring them that this boy is the chosen one. Mace brings his focus back to the battle as all of their tanks fire laser cannons at the Zillo Beast, inflicting devastating damage. Windu could see that the troopers, especially in the 501st, trusted his instinct and military prowess, demonstrating his skill as a leader. Before long, the Zillo Beast succumbed to his damages and the Republic forces won. As they returned to Coruscant, Mace Windu continued to think about the previous day's battle and how proficient Anakin was in a war situation. He wondered how his powers had grown so extensively in such a short period of time, only being 20 years old and having trained for 11 years. As their ship lands, Windu tells Skywalker to stop. The Chosen One turns and Windu congratulates him on a job well done. He was very impressed by the knight today and would love to see his skills more. Anakin acknowledges his praise and they both return to the Jedi chambers where they report to the council. A couple of weeks pass when the Jedi Council learn that the Separatists have conquered Ryloth and have its people in captivity. Ryloth was a massive system in the Republic and losing it proved to be a great loss. Windu requested in front of the council to go to Ryloth with Anakin, a pairing that slightly confused the council as everyone believed that Windu wasn't overly eager on the boy. Even Skywalker was taken aback when he heard that Windu had requested this, but he didn't argue. He was just glad that the council believed he was capable for such an important mission. Anakin and Windu go immediately, as they meet up with the rebel commanders on the planet, fighting back against the invading separatists. They combine their forces with Twi'leks and clone troopers, creating a large army. In space, Obi-Wan was coordinating an attack against the Separatist fleet, and once he destroyed them, the entire Republic army could enter the planet. Anakin and Windu engaged the droids in the heart of Ryloth as they attempted to pierce the defenses and get into the city, knowing from intel that it's where the prisoners are being kept. After hours of fighting, Anakin notices a weakness in the Separatist lines and knew that if they attacked the defending shield generated from a certain angle, they could blow it up and allow their tanks to storm the city. Windu took a leap and trusted Anakin's initiative, and to his dismay, it worked. The Republic forces pressed forward and very quickly were able to surround them all and capture the Separatist leader, Wat Tambor. This was a massive win for the Republic, and with Tambor in custody, the Separatist Council lost one of their best leaders. This mission ensured what Mace had already been beginning to think, that Anakin is truly a Jedi and a proper master of the Force. It was clear to him now that he trusted the boy, and even believed him to be a close friend. Over the course of the following year, the two go on various missions together, and their winning success rate as a duo was far higher than any other pairing in the Order. Dangerous missions where the council were forced to send their best almost always fell on these two to go and gain victory. They led the defense of Kamino against the invading separatists, helped to negotiate peace with the Mandalorians, and ravaged the Death Watch, and chased members of the Separatist Council across the galaxy. Throughout this time, as the two grew closer, Windu would teach Anakin many things. He noticed that Anakin can lose his head quickly, and that leads him to making spur-of-the-moment decisions that sometimes aren't in the best interest of the Republic. So Windu worked on this with him, instilling the need to remain in the present, be calm and stoic, and not let external factors dictate his motives and actions. To be a Jedi means to remain level-headed in the face of adversity. They practiced this together throughout their campaigns, allowing Anakin to enter high-pressure situations and practice to respond to them. Windu was pleased with Anakin's progress and knew that he was making advances. The Jedi Master would train frequently with the Chosen One on lightsaber combat, noticing that he was extremely proficient in Form 5, but lacked any other knowledge in other forms. Windu acknowledged Anakin's strength with a lightsaber, and he would teach Anakin about Form 7, which he specialized in, as well as giving him the basics to his own variant of the form, the Pod. Windu didn't really understand why he did this. He really taught others the form as he believed only the best should be privy to its capabilities. But for some reason, he saw lots of his younger self in Anakin. He was a young and determined Jedi, but also possessed darkness that he always fought to keep at bay. Training together only brought them closer and allowed Windu's trust to rise. Everyone in the Order knew of their brilliance, and their battle chemistry was used as a template to help teach the younger generation of Jedi how to act in wartime. They were deified in the Republic, and Anakin's appearance as the poster boy for the Order only increased. Everyone in the Republic loved him, despite their dwindling feelings for the Jedi. Things would take a major turn when Anakin returned back to Coruscant after months of fighting in the Outer Rim sieges. His first night with Padme and months ended in tragedy as he had nightmares of his wife dying in childbirth. This caused the boy to go insane over the following days. He tried to draw upon his teachings from Mace across the galaxy, and this worked slightly, but it didn't stop the fact that his wife was going to die. He speaks to Yoda, who tells him to forget this attachment. It will only lead to jealousy. Anakin is denied the rank of Master, something that Windu protested extensively, but ultimately the council agreed that he was too young and needed more experience. After the meeting, Windu would follow Obi-Wan and Anakin out, where he would try and calm the boy and tell him that his time would come. He just needs to keep practicing and following the Force. Despite not being granted the rank of Master, they elected him to join the council so that he could undertake a special assignment to spy on the Chancellor. During this assignment, which Anakin was reluctant to embark upon, Chancellor Palpatine tells him the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise. This captured Anakin's attention, but he also believed that he should fall back on his training. Something wasn't right here. He mentions to Windu the story that Palpatine shared, to which Windu had no knowledge of this Plagueis. Soon after, Palpatine would reveal himself as the Sith Lord, and Anakin leaves his office to inform the council. That's the events of Revenge of the Sith, but in this timeline, Windu would respond differently. Anakin finds him in the hangar bay, and the Jedi Master doesn't even dispute his claims, he just believes him outright. He explains to Anakin that they must go now if they are to end the Chancellor. Windu senses the confusion in his mind and tells the boy to relax, remembering his training. He needs to focus on the present. Anakin nods as they enter the shuttle with Windu and the other Masters. Windu trusts Anakin, and because of this, he desires that he comes with them to fight Palpatine, knowing the strength and power of the boy and that it will be a valuable asset in this fight. They enter the Chancellor's office and declare that he is under arrest, igniting their lightsabers in unison. Sidious couldn't believe that Anakin had chosen them, thinking that he had done enough to turn him to the dark side. He taunts Anakin and tells him now everyone he cares about will die, igniting his Crimson Blade and leaping forward, slicing down Agen Kolar and Sazi Ten. Windu shouts at Anakin to compose himself as the Chosen One readies a defensive position. Sidious swings with all of his might, channeling the teachings of his master Darth Plagueis through his attacks. He was a master of all 7 forms of lightsaber combat, and very quickly he cut Kit Fisto to the floor, leaving only Skywalker and Windu left. Anakin was simply trying to keep up with the speed of the two duelists. In his mind, he realized why he wasn't a master now, seeing the level of power it required. Palpatine was like a blur, moving from one side of the room to the other, but he underestimated Mace's strengths and capabilities. Windu knew that he had to take a risk to get through Sidious's defenses, but he needed Anakin to be ready to defend them both if his plan fails. He sends a Force message to Anakin, explaining his plan. Windu trusted Anakin enough to take this risk, knowing firsthand the power and strength of the Chosen One. Windu jabs his lightsaber forward in a motion that completely eradicates his defenses. As Sidious goes to kill him, Anakin fully blocks and saves Windu, allowing the Master enough time to stab Palpatine and kill him. Windu tells Anakin that he has done well and that he is the Chosen One. Together, they report the death of Chancellor Palpatine, who is secretly Darth Sidious, and Yoda returns to Coruscant. They address the Senate and provide all of the evidence that Palpatine was the Sith Lord and secretly in control of the Separatists. Everyone was shocked, but no one could dispute it. Anakin was called to the council chambers, where Windu stood and ignited his amethyst blade, raising it above his head as he officially grants Anakin the rank of Master, explaining that without him, they couldn't have defeated Sidious. Anakin bowed, realizing that he had finally achieved his goal. In the end, Padme would survive the pregnancy with Anakin by her side. The second she laid eyes on her twins, she decided to leave the Senate and focus on being a mother. Everything was right, the Skywalker family was healthy, and after years of war and decay, Anakin finally got his happy ending. If you enjoyed today's video, you must watch What If Mace Windu Trained Anakin and What If Mace Windu Was at the Jedi Temple during Order 66. Please check out our membership page if you would like to support the channel, it really helps us out. Thank you all for watching and may the Force be with you.